matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on. This will be a touchback. Slot man moves right. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. After the turnover, here's Herbert.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one, and a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
There to make the tackle, Deion Leonard.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. They'll try the left side. Ramsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On second down now, it's Ramsey. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. After the sack on first down, Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. So a first interception thrown for him there, and really not the best decision either.
Not at all. That's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 70. And the Vikings are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Chargers 21, Vikings 7.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lucy. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. But the Vikings had 7-4 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. Back to throw here, Herbert. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Second down and goal. Herbert. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up third and goal.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable
touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down. Ramsey, and he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And now here's another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. 2nd and 10, here's Herbert once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And, see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Not now, the first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the
and my goodness, another interception. And he works free. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Steps away to his left. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Flush to his right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Andrew Booth getting sent in on the corner blitz and getting home. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete. Jefferson the target. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The defensive staff works on limited explosive plays. Shot not so well done there.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think explosive play. Most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll run again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They're going to look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they're going to admit it to themselves. We know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Vikings are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Herbert now. He finds his man complete. That's Baker. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Baker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
It's Eckler again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's in.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
They'll run on for... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a give, right side. It's Parks, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Parks, and they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Up the middle they go. Parks. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. On first down, it's Parks. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Parks, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Now a handoff up the middle. Parks, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings 14. Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On second down now, it's Ramsey.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles. So the very first play, they give the football right back.
Brandon, I always expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They'll run on first down. Ramsey. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Fair catch. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. He'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. And now here's another interception.
And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I ask you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chargers, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.